Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be unboxing Batman, the animated series Shadow of the Bat. This is the All In Kickstarter version, and I did not back it on Kickstarter actually, but they had it at Miniature Market, and one day it was their sale of the day, which is back, by the way, if you don't know. They're not an advertiser for me, but anyway, there it is. And it was discounted, which is great because I wanted it, but I didn't really want to pay the full price for it. And it was still not cheap because it has a lot of miniatures, but more reasonable. I could justify it a little better. Now, you might notice a couple things. I'm going to try to edit it out, but you may notice some sounds in the back because the fan is going because it's very hot here right now. And it's just, it's hard to make it through without a fan on. Also, you might notice that I have this big gigantic Band-Aid on my wrist. So kitchen safety moment, be careful with hot oil. I managed to splash a big just gush of it like right here. And it burned me pretty bad actually, but unlike the citizens of Gotham City, just because I got something splashed on me and it sort of altered my appearance a little bit, I'm not gonna go insane and become a bad guy. Why are so many like that? Are they all just that freaking arrogant that they need to like go nuts and resort to a life of crime? I don't know, but it does seem to be a common theme in at least a few of them. So anyway, you might also notice some other background noises because my washing machine is going and it's right next to my bedroom. So not much I can do about that. I have to do laundry and I have to make videos. So that's what it is. So I'm going to show you the other boxes real quick that are part of this thing. So we have the Arkham Asylum expansion. We have the All In Big Box expansion. And we have the stretch goals and exclusives box. So those are all like the extra stuff, but we're gonna start off here with the main game. I know some folks maybe didn't watch the animated series when it was on TV. It has a really special place in my heart. I don't remember exactly what age I was, but I was kind of, getting to the point where like the new cartoons on TV weren't really doing it for me. I kind of still wanted them to, you kind of want to hold on to like being a kid a little bit, but you're kind of getting past it. And then this cartoon came out, and while it wasn't necessarily violent, well, I mean, somewhat, but it was much darker than other cartoons. I mean, just in tone and feel, it felt gritty and interesting. And, the bad guys did shoot guns sometimes, although I believe all the barrels were square, which is weird, but, one of those things they had to do. And it made me love Batman. Before that, I was not too interested in the DC heroes at all, but that really, I don't know, really shined a light on Batman as enemies for me, and I just fell in love with it. So anyway, enough gushing about Batman. Let's get into this box here. Let's flip it over and we'll see what it says. Some of these boxes did get kind of munched up. Like this one got really dented in somehow. I think another one's a little squished, which I don't know if that happened when it was coming from Kickstarter or through Miniature Market or whatever. I don't love that, but it doesn't really bother me that much either. I'm not a person who gets real upset about, iffy boxes because they tend to get messed up anyway if you play the game a few times. So anyway, it says, take back the streets of Gotham City from its colorful cast of crazy rogues. Batman, the animated series Adventures, Shadow of the Bat is a scenario-driven game created in IDW's Adventures Universal Game System. Each Adventure Systems game is both standalone and compatible with other games in the system. Play as Batman and his allies, including the GCPD, to capture Catwoman, throw down with Two-Face, and die laughing with the Joker. This all-new entry into the Adventure system features brand new campaigns based on episodes from the animated series that can be played 1 versus many, cooperative, and solo in the new Dark Knight mode. And then it tells you everything that's in here. It says it is from 1 to 5 players, plays in 60 to 90 minutes, ages 14 and up. I'm really glad that it has a co-op mode. That's really cool. It's a good way to learn a game if people aren't so sure about it. 1 versus many is not always something that intrigues me, but I think with Batman, we can make an exception here. So I was going to cut it into my pizza cutter, but as you can see, because of that damage, it's already kind of coming off. So I'm just going to peel this off right here. Now, I like to think of myself as someone pretty knowledgeable about Batman, and I think I've seen probably every episode of the animated series, but that being said, when I kind of looked over the boxes for some of the expansions, I'm like, oh, I don't remember who that character is. So there's going to be probably a few people that I don't remember, but you know what? That's just how it goes. I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of characters. What are you gonna do? Oh, so this is designed by Pete Walsh and Kevin Wilson. So good credentials there. All right, so here we have a whole bunch of tokens. So this game looks a bit dungeon crawly. I don't know if that's quite right, but just because you have tiles in different rooms and, you know, bad guys and good guys running around, kind of looks dungeon crawly to me, but that may not really be quite accurate to it. So all kinds of heart tokens, which I'm guessing are health. Various tokens down here. There's like a foot, like a punch. Looks like the Nightwing symbol maybe, or maybe that's Robin, I don't know. Okay, but there's several things. Go down here, there's some more tokens. Some of them are very specific to characters. There's some Robin ones. Batgirl all tied up, and looks like a cop being frozen, probably by Mr. Freeze, I assume. All right, we got some more here. I'm trying to get that close up. Batgirl looking kind of scared in various colors. There is I don't know if she's a bystander, or reporter, or what. We got a safe, cop cars, other kind of cars. So just all kinds of stuff that you can put on the battlefield. Okay. Is that the back copter or police copter? I don't remember. Okay. So we've got like Robin dropping down near a bad guy. Here's that woman from before. Okay. Commissioner Gordon, someone being subjected to the Joker laughing gas. That's not good news for them. There's a lot of stuff that I think is going to be scenario specific that I'm just not going to know what it is yet. So more Commissioner Gordon and whatnot. Tiles. Okay, let's get those out of the way. All right, so we have our game reference sheet. Now, weirdly, I haven't heard a ton about this game, positive or negative. Before I ended up buying it on Miniature Market, I went and looked up a couple of reviews, and they were really pretty positive. So I'm happy with that. Here is the round tracker, so that's kind of cool. It's got a picture of the Joker on it. Or the other side has Batman on it. I don't know if you can choose the one or if it matters in some way, but there they are. I will say Mark Hamill is my favorite Joker, like bar none. I mean, there's other great Joker performances, but that Joker from the animated series was amazing. All right, so here's our reference sheet. On the back, it has competitive mode, cooperative mode, competitive mode. Okay, so there you go. All right. So here's our big room tiles. Let's take a look here. The city in this TV show had just such a unique look, and I really think this looks like it's going to capture that well. Okay, so these are double-sided, as you might expect. Look nice. Okay. Ooh, it's like bubbling, like, you know, big cauldrons of some chemical that'll probably mess you up real bad. Okay. Oh, that's a cool one. Looks neat. So I'm guessing, you know, there's red areas and yellow areas. I'm guessing maybe those have something to do with line of sight and or movement. We will see. I'm curious how different they make each of the characters. You know, I had backed the Batman Gotham City Chronicles game, which I still am desperate to play, but the rulebook was such an atrocious disaster. I've heard it's good if you can learn it, but just learning it, I haven't done so. So it'll be nice to maybe have one that's a little easier to play. All right, before I get to the miniatures, let's look at some of the stuff down here. Got those little ringy things you put on the bases of your minis. Got some bags here. Let's look at, this is, I believe, the rule book. So let's take a look to the back and see how many pages. We got to frequently asked questions. Let's skip that. Glossary of special actions. I'm just looking for like the main rules here. Well, I got satisfied. You know, it's a bit over 40 pages basically, which is pretty big. Not real shocking for this kind of game, especially with different modes and whatnot you can play in. But, you know, it's not walls and walls of text on every page. Doesn't look like there's plenty of pictures and, like, you know, side panels and whatnot. So that's pretty fantastic. One thing the animated series brought us is the character Harley Quinn. She hadn't existed in the comics before that. And when she first appeared, she wasn't really meant to be a character that stayed around. She was just going to be sort of a henchman of the Joker for an episode. But she was so well liked by everybody that they made her a thing. And then pretty soon they got her in the comics too. So here's our scenario book. I'm just going to kind of flip that real quickly through here. So looks neat. Here's another scenario book. These look like they're about comic book size. I think they probably are. I wish I had a comic book nearby I could compare it to, but if so, I think that's really neat that they went that way, using like that exact size for it. Very cool. Okay, great. All right, so there are a bunch of special dice here. A lot of different ones, it looks like. Let me see if I can get this open, and we'll just pull out at least some of them. I don't know if we're gonna look at all of them, but there's really a lot in here. So, okay, that might be, oh wait, hold on. There's one more I didn't get. Okay. So, oh, I keep doing that. I can zoom in. That's easier. Okay. So I've got all these dice in pretty nice different colors, which I imagine are going to have something to do with like how you hit and the other sort of actions you can do. I don't know what the different colors mean exactly. I don't know if that is, you know, some are better than others, or it's just a matter of like what, you know, how much defense you have. Like I'm guessing like this, it looks like a riot shield maybe. That might be a defensive dice. I'm not sure. But I'm just kind of guessing here. I haven't looked at like the full gameplay. I just kind of got overall impressions of it when I was looking at reviews for it. And okay, so here looks like what I'm guessing are going to be playable characters, of which there should be plenty. So we have Batgirl, Batman, Catwoman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Beat Cop, Isis, who I think is Catwoman's cat, a bystander. Okay, I don't know if you can play all these. I don't know why you'd play a bystander. That'd be weird. Catwoman, Harley Quinn. Well, I guess because it's one versus many, you know, the bad guys are, or the one's going to be played with the bad guys, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Man-Bat, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Riddler, Scarecrow, the Joker, Two-Face, Crusher. Okay, he's a minion, like I don't remember this guy. Enforcer, Hired Gun. There's Isis again. There's a bomb strapped to a wall. It tells you about time bombs on the back, so pretty neat. Okay. Let's get those out of the way. All right. I'm wondering in this game if Catwoman can be a good guy or a bad guy. I feel like, I don't know, I kind of think in the animated series she did more bad guy stuff, but she's always been kind of an in-betweener, so we'll find out eventually. All right, I'm just going to flip through some of these cards. I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time on any of them, because a lot of it's going to be rules that like aren't going to mean much. So I guess, okay, so yeah, these are specific to certain characters, as you might have guessed. So pretty cool. I don't know if these are actual stills from the cartoon or if it's just done in that style. I can't tell you, but either way, I really enjoy that art. It's great. It's very, you know, it's so iconic. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. This is, yeah, that's about as far as I go. Okay. And yeah, they've come out with Batman cartoons since this one, and man, they just don't hit the same for me. I just don't dig them. As far as the look, and I mean, oftentimes the stories too are not quite as good. So that's how it is. They really hit, you know, a peak with Batman the Animated Series. I was so sad to hear when I'm blanking on his name. I feel terrible, but the guy who plays Batman when he passed away, which was just recently, I think within the last year here. I don't remember exactly, but okay. So these cards might be, I think, I could be wrong. I think, well, at least when you play co-op, there's like a draw to see whose initiative is next. So I don't know if that's part of that. But here's some items. Caltrops, first aid kit, grappling guns, all kinds of cool items that, you know, Batman and his crew might have. Throwing blade, very nice. Okay. We had, we did a review on the Batman the Animated Adventure Gotham Under Siege board game. which I personally was not super. I thought it was fine. My wife liked it quite a bit more, but it's similar to like Elder Sign or that sort of thing, where it's like, you know, you're rolling dice and you're trying to put them on certain things you're trying to accomplish in order to get those things done, and you might need like a certain combination of dice, and you have certain rerolls and abilities that might let you do more rerolls, that sort of thing. And it had some, you know, movement stuff to it, which is cool. But yeah, I thought it was fine. That's about it. But I'm hoping this one will strike me better, because I would love to have a game based on the animated series that I really like a lot, rather than one I just think is fine. So maybe this will be it. I'm going to try to put some of the stuff away as I go, just because I have a lot to get through here, but I don't want to do too much of that. All right, so let's get to these models. Actually, you know what? I'm going to actually move the tray to the side and just pull out the models little by little here, because if I have that behind there, sometimes it doesn't focus real well. So some of the models are duplicated. You know, if it's just like supposed to be like a henchman or something like that. Like this guy, looks like there's at least a couple of them in there. I don't remember. I think he might have been called a Crusher or something. I don't recall. We have Commissioner Gordon, looking great. And this looks like probably the innocent bystander, I believe, because she's got her hands up. There's several of those in the box. Got more Crusher guys. Okay, here we have, let's see. I believe this is Two-Face. It's a little hard to tell when there's not color, but it looks like he's ready to flip a coin here. So I'm pretty sure that's Two-Face, which should be a fun one to paint. I'm desperate to paint models again. I used to do it all the time, and I haven't really done it since I started my my channel. Here's the Penguin. But I pre-ordered the Army Painter like speed paint kit, which is going to be like the Citadel contrast paints, if you're familiar with that, where they're really liquidy, but they sink into the crevices and they're a little bit see-through, and so you create highlight and shadows just by doing one layer. They still do take skill though. That's Batwoman or Batgirl, by the way. They take skill to do. Like, you can't just splash it on like Games Workshop was kind of trying to show when they first released theirs. But I want to do like it's tough because I want to always paint to the best of my ability, and the problem with that is that it takes a very long time, and I just can't do that and have it work out. Right here, I think, is Robin. His hair looks a little weird to me, but I mean, I'm guessing that's who that is. Looks like probably. All right. Here we have a Beat Cop, looks like. Very cool. Mr. Freeze. It's too bad there's not like a little teeny plastic dome you could put on top of that after you paint him. That would be really cool, but I'm sure that would be a pain in the butt to make, so. Here is Scarecrow. He's got a couple of these gas bombs going off, which is fun. That'll be cool to paint. We have... All right, we have the Riddler, looking dapper as always. All right, we got the Joker, of course. Can't have a Batman game without the Joker. That would be ridiculous. All right, one of the biggest model in this box, Man Bat. He is a big boy. That thing, gigantic. Very cool. All right, we have Isis, Catwoman's cat. I don't know how Isis plays into the game a lot. I'm sure there are ways, but it's kind of surprising. All right. Here's Harley Quinn. You know we had to have her in there, obviously. Looks cool. Okay. Don't quote me on this, but I think that might be Bullock. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or it could just be some gangster guy. I can't really tell. Here is Catwoman, of course. Very cool. Like the whip on there. All right. We got a bunch of these guys. Or probably just... All right, we got a bunch of these guys who were like henchmen or something, I'm sure. I don't remember from the cards exactly what they called them. Got this guy clutching a briefcase, or maybe it's like a bomb, I'm not sure. But he looks kind of scared, his face does, so I don't know. And then, let's see, we got several of these guys with little Tommy guns. And then we got a different B-Cop. So that's all the models and pieces from the main box. All right, let's move on to the Arkham Asylum expansion. This one, I don't know how easy it is to tell on camera, but it's got a little dented in right here, a little bit squished. Again, not my favorite thing, but I'm not going to throw a fit about that. So it says, it's time for tea with the inmates of Arkham Asylum as they traumatize Batman and his allies. Batman the Animated Series Adventures Arkham Asylum is the thrilling expansion to Batman the Animated Series Adventures Shadow of the Bat. That is such a long name. Work together to stare down Scarface, get tangled up with Poison Ivy, and kneel before Maxi Zeus. Packed full with more campaigns based on episodes from the acclaimed animated series and the inclusion of the all-new Clayface Traitor mode to test the Bat family, Arkham Asylum is sure to drive you mad as a hatter. Ooh, a Traitor mode. I didn't know there was a Traitor mode. That sucks. I love Traitor games. The problem is that almost no one else I play with does, which is a bummer to me because I absolutely love it. Nothing brings intensity to a game like a Traitor mode. I am baffled by people who don't like it, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll get over it, I suppose. Okay, let's get in here and take a look. There's so much content here that, you know, even if I never got to that, I'm sure I'll be okay. But I want to get to it. Don't get me wrong. How perfect is that? You know, your clay face, so you can look like someone. You know, you get what I'm saying. All right, this is gonna be hard to open because of the damage the box is taking, because it really is kind of caved in on the side, which means it doesn't want to slide against it very much. Okay, my dog just walked in the room, so doggy noises are gonna happen. All right, here is the Arkham Asylum episode guide. So that's gonna be another, you know, scenarios book, basically. Very cool. I don't need to look at too much through that. Here are our tile or our tokens and whatnot. Let's see if I get this open here. Okay, a lot of similar stuff to what we had in the other one. There's cars and whatnot. Kind of cool stuff there. We have Robin getting hit with some kind of gas. Someone yelling at Batman, and then I'm not sure who the dude in the gray is, but he's got one of the little Mad Hatter hats on there, so he's probably under his sway. That's not good for him. All right, let's look at the room tiles that this comes with. All right. It's very nice. I like some of the color choices here. The Batman series had a lot of, you know, gray to it because Gotham is supposed to look dark and kind of oppressive, but that's that. I'm sorry, you can probably hear my washing machine kind of making a repeated knocking noise. It's very annoying, but you know what? What can you do? We got a family of 5, so as you can imagine, a lot of laundry has to happen. Oh God. So this box issue is kind of annoying because it is making storage a little more difficult than I would like, but you know, it's not the end of the world. I don't know if you're like me, but I've seen people on Facebook or whatever that'll show a box they've received that has like the tiniest little ding on it, and they're like, I want to return this, and it's like, come on, it's fine. Our Killer Plant, Bud and Lou, the hyenas. I didn't know their names were Bud and Lou. How about that? Ventriloquist, Poison Ivy, Maxi Zeus, Lockup, Killer Croc, Jervis Touch, excuse me, Clock King, Clayface, Baby Doll. Oh, and there's Clayface again. So, okay. Interesting. Let's look at the cards a little bit here. So, if you were a fan of Batman the Animated Series, did you have a favorite episode. Because I very definitely did. In fact, they even made a game based on that episode, but the game itself did not sound super exciting to me, so I didn't get it. But it's the Almost Got 'Em episode, where several of the Batman villains are sitting around playing poker and talking about the time where they almost got Batman, but not quite. And it's a brilliant episode. If you haven't seen it, if you have any interest in Batman at all, which I assume you do because you're watching this, go see if you can figure out a way to watch it. I don't know where the show is available to watch. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but that one is really fantastic. Oh, ooh, interesting. Hugo Strange. He's bad news. All right. Some more of the character cards here. All right, cool. Let's take a look at some of these models. So again, I'm going to move this to the side so that it doesn't create any issues here. Okay, so first off, I think this is the Clock King. I'm not totally sure because it looks like he's got like a, one of the hands of a clock there. So I assume that's him. Kind of dresses like the Riddler, so I almost wasn't sure for a second. That looks like Poison Ivy to me. Really like Poison Ivy as a character too. She's awesome. Here's her plant. There's a couple of those in the box. All right. Here's one of the hyenas. I don't know which one. And here is the other hyena. There's Dr. Hugo Strange, who's an interesting character. Wasn't used a ton when I was reading the comics, and I know he was in the animated series, but I don't remember specifically. Baby doll. Here is big old Clayface. That is the biggest model in this box, as you might expect. Killer Croc with a big rock, which, if you've seen that episode I was talking about, the moment he talks about it made me laugh out loud. Here is, oh God, now I just talked about him and I can't remember his name. Anyway, that guy, Lockdown, is it Lockdown? Something like that. Okay. There's Maxie Zeus. And let's see, oops. Let's move this guy out. All right, there's the ventriloquist. Pretty cool. And finally, Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter. Creepy dude. All right, fantastic. So that's everything in the Arkham Asylum expansion. All right. Here we have the all-in big box. There are a lot of characters on here, and already I'm like in some trouble because I don't recognize some of them. So that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna plow through it here. All right, no real flavor text here. It just kind of tells you what it has. Although these might be, some of these might be scenarios. You have Mask of the Phantasm, which is a great movie, by the way. I only saw it like once or twice, but it's really good. Mystery of the Batwoman, New Batman Adventures, the Duplicate Villain Pack, and the Villain Upgrade Pack. So let's get into here. I'm curious what some of this is. There's definitely going to be characters that I don't remember on here. I don't even really remember the Mask of the Phantasm movie that well. I just know I saw it and thought it was pretty great. But specifics, I do not recall. It's been a long time. Okay, this kind of tells you, that shows you what's in here, basically. All right, here's our Villain Upgrade Pack episode guide. Okay. The New Batman Adventures. I don't know that rings a bell to me. So it says, when the original Robin, Dick Grayson, leaves the Batcave to forge his own path as Nightwing, Batman finds an unlikely new ally in Tim Drake, who becomes the new Robin. With Gotham City as dangerous as ever, it says it's up heroes, new and old, to put out the fires of evil and send the bad guys on a one-way trip to Arkham Asylum. I don't think anything is going up with the bad guys. That sounds horrible. All right. Here's our Mask of the Phantasm scenario book. Very cool. Mystery of the Batwoman scenario. These are not comic book size. These are quite a bit smaller, but that's fine. All right, so there's some duplicate character cards here, but that's okay. These are probably the upgrades of Baby Doll. Bane. Okay, so that's Bane. Gosh, that does not look like how I've ever seen him before. I don't remember. Calendar Girl. I didn't remember Calendar Girl, so there's going to be several in here that I don't know. There's Clock King again. Condiment King. That is quite... Here, I need to zoom back in here. So he's got his ketchup and mustard gun, and he's got his tighty whities on the outside of his tights. So that's an interesting character. Duplicate, Firefly, Harley Quinn, Jervis Touch, Killer Croc, Livewire, Lock Up again. So some of these are repeats and some of these are not. So Mexi Zeus, Mighty Mom. I don't know Mighty Mom. This must be in this episode, the new Batman Adventures, whatever they are. I don't think I saw those. Mr. Freeze. I don't know if was that really part of the same thing or not. Pack Rat. These are some oddball characters. Penguin, Poison Ivy, Russell Ghoul, Red Claw. I remember Red Claw a little bit. Riddler, Rupert Thorne, Scarecrow, Talia al Ghul, the Joker. Let's see if we find some new ones that we didn't see before. Nachka and Shaka. Well, I don't know if I remember these guys or not, but I only see the one, but that's okay. Shadow Assassin. There's Batwoman. Very cool. Detective Bullock. Grey Ghost. There's a lot of characters that I don't know. Nightwing. You know, Nightwing. Officer Montoya. Robin. Tim Drake Robin. Supergirl. That's it. Supergirl's in here. Zatanna. That's awesome. Bruce Wayne. Phantasm. Alright. Might be getting all duplicates now. Okay, great. Now am I going to recognize them when I see them as models? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go through all the cards because they're really just showing like little scenes from the show. I think you get it. And we have to end this at some point. Here's more dice and more colors. They look like they have the same kind of symbols on each of them, so I'm not sure, again, if like the different colors are just for different characters or some are better than others or what the deal is. But that's what they've got. Let's look at the models. That's always the part I'm most excited about with these things. I love miniatures. I know some people are tired of them, but I don't understand those people, so there it is. All right, there is Bane. I just don't remember being in the animated series. He may have been. I don't know. I'm sure he was, but this one, I'm guessing is that Calendar Girl character. Not too familiar with her. I believe this is Bruce Wayne, because that's the pose the drawing was in, where he's like looking like he's sort of ready for a fight. This is Batwoman. A little different from the comic book. Doesn't have like the long red hair and whatnot, but that's cool. Good lord. Okay, so here's Tim Drake, Robin with a ridiculous haircut. Wow. That's some stupid hair. Maybe that's how it was in the cartoon, though. I'm not blaming the sculptors here, but still. Anyway. Nightwing. Oh, does he have a full-on mullet? I think he's got a full-on mullet, you guys. Wow. God, when was he in the cartoon? Because I got to know what era that was. Here's Phantasm. Yeah, I need to watch this again because it's so long. I don't even remember what this character was really about, to be honest with you. All right, here is Firefly. Okay. And finally, Duplicate. It's kind of like the Batman version of Cyborg Superman, it looks like, which is interesting. So that's everything in the all-in big box. So let's move on. Okay, here it is. The last thing we have to unbox here in this gigantic unboxing. This is the stretch goals and exclusives. So a lot of characters here that we saw cards for in the last box. So yeah, we'll actually get to see the models here, which is gonna be fun. All right, put over. Okay, so it doesn't have any real flavor text here. It just tells you it's got miniatures and punch outs and yada yada yada. Okay, we get it. Let's get in here. I do like putting some of the deep cuts, characters that are not, you know, super well known. That's always kind of fun for me. I don't know if all these were in the comic books or not. I know Condiment King existed at one point, which is an insanely silly character, but the rest of them I don't know, but maybe. Not that they had to have, as long as they're in the animated series in some way, I guess. All right, so this shows you what goes in which part of the tray, which is helpful. Your stretch goals, episodes. I mean, the amount, I haven't been counting or keeping track, but the amount of scenarios is insane. All right, so we've got some dials to make, it looks like, and then Batman over here covered with some kind of gook. I don't know what it is. I think there's just 2 pieces, so I'm not going to get them out, but here's Livewire down here, a couple criminal-looking tokens, Batman looking all heroic. I'm just going to leave that as is. Let's take a look at the room tiles. Okay. Oh, we've got the room with the bat symbol. That's cool. That's a very red room. Okay, another street. We had one of those in the first box, sort of similar, but I suppose streets have to be a little longer than one thing. All right. It all looks nice. There's lots of little detail, but nothing that is too distracting, which is good. Okay. Lots of new tiles in here. That's excellent. I love that. Okay. I think, I'm not sure. Oh, no, I was going to say I think there's some are going to be models, but oh, what is this? I should have looked at the back a little closer because now I can't turn it over to look. This is cool. Hold on. We'll get this open. Wowie, wowie. So these are, it looks like, dual layer boards that I'm guessing maybe you put your character cards here in the middle. That's nice. If that's what that is, which I assume it is. It's a nicer way to keep track of your people. There's quite a few of them, so I wonder, either way, they're very nice little boards for sure. We have some more, oh, these kind of got loose here. Some more character cards, see if there's anything different than what we've already seen. I'm gonna zoom in here. Oh, Etrigan, the demon. Oh, how about that? Grey Ghost. I always liked Etrigan. I didn't read his comic specifically. He was kind of in a different world than Batman. And Candace, who's Candace? She's a henchman. Okay, I don't remember. Frankie. But I like that he had to like rhyme everything he said. I imagine that must have been a nightmare for the writers, but as a reader of the comic, I appreciated it a lot. Here's little pins for the dials that they have. I'm not going to go through the cards. I just think that's not that exciting. All right, more dice. Same symbols. More colors. I got to know what that means. I'll figure it out eventually. Okay. Make sure there's nothing else under here now. All right, let's get to the last of it. The last batch of models. There's going to be characters for sure in here I don't remember. So I'm going to show you these together. We've got the 2 big bears. I do not remember their names now, but, you know, they have names, which is cool. I'm not sure who they even belong to or what. Okay. Some big cat. I think that's probably from the episode of Red Claw. I remember there being some kind of a big cat in that one. It's been a while, but. It's another police officer. I don't think that's a named person really, because there's a couple of those. All right. There's this guy. I'm not sure who that is. If the henchman or if it's that Grey Ghost guy, I'm not certain. Oh boy, yeah, cool. Here's Supergirl. I always dug Supergirl. Although she's had a lot of iterations, so there's probably some I don't dig. But anyway, I think it's cool that she's in here. Here is the Pack Rat. Was that his name? Something like that? That was one silly looking man. All right. Ra's al Ghul. Excellent. Here is the Condiment King, the villain that I think we all really wanted in this game. Okay, here's some big goony looking guy. I don't remember if that's a name person or not, but anyway, this looks like this might be Red Claw. Not totally certain. I was just saying this gal's name and I don't remember what it was, but she was like a henchman of some sort, I believe. I think this is probably Talia al Ghul. Not totally certain, but I think so. Some dude with a gun. And this looks like probably the biggest model, maybe the polar bear, or the bears maybe challenging him for it, but there's Etrigan, the demon. Awesome. Is this Alfred? I'm not sure. His face doesn't look quite right to me, but maybe it is. Definitely a butler-looking type of person. All right. Here is Zatanna doing some kind of cool magic trick. Love it. These models are really neat. Like, they're not so super detailed, but that's in line with the cartoon, you know? That it wasn't like these incredibly complex figures they had. So there's Livewire. It's not a character I'm very familiar with, but she looks neat. Here, oh God, it was some like mom woman or something. I can't remember. I don't know this character at all, but she looks funny, so. All right. We have several of these Tommy gun guys who are pointing at something. Oh, I think this guy is the Grey Ghost. Not sure. Okay. We've got a bunch of these dudes. And then there's, I can't remember his name, that kind of mobster character. So, excellent. So, wow, that was quite a journey. A lot of stuff, a lot of boxes. If you're still with me, I thank you for that. But that was my unboxing of Batman the Animated Series, Shadow of the Bat, the All In Kickstarter pledge. Wow, that's a lot of stuff, and I'm really excited to try this out, and I want to paint these models a lot. I don't know if I will get to them, but I really want to. I want to paint something. I've been going crazy wanting to paint lately, and I just haven't done it because, you know, time, whatnot. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this very long video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to see you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. If you enjoyed that video, you might also like this one.
Or this one.
If you like any of our videos, what you should do is click this little button to subscribe so you'll know about the next time we put out a video.
We'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.